Hello everyone! Today we're looking at the Disney animated sequel, Moana 2. But first we have our merch search, and we'll be looking for Moana tie-in merchandise available on store shelves now. So without further ado, let's jump right into our merch search right now. Now this is the Moana 2 display at a shop appropriately called Go Calendars, Toys, and Games. And you can see it has some dress up, some dolls, baby dolls, action figures, and such. And at the back of the same shop, I found these 3D jigsaw puzzles. One Disney princess featuring Moana and one just Moana. At a Barnes& Noble, I found this neat children's book for Moana that comes with figurines and a playmat. And a Year of Disney Animation desk calendar with some Moana box art. Here is the first movie on Blu-ray, re-released for Disney's 100-year anniversary celebration. And here you see Moana on the cover of the Disney Chronicles of Light Darkness Falls board game. This is a Lego Disney train set featuring a Moana car along with a Moana minifig. This is the Moana display at the Disney Outlet Store. It had some child-sized clothing here. You can see Maui's fish hook. And there's a full set of little Moana figurines. Here's the other side of that display, where you see a plush Pua, some more child-sized clothing, and that same set of figurines. Here's some Moana dolls and small action figure sets. Here's another action figure set, this one including Moana's boat. And there's more doll sets here as well. Here Moana is pictured on a portfolio for the Lorcana card game. And here she is on a Disney Princess lunchbox. Okay, now I'm at a Target, and here I found this Disney Princess scooter featuring Moana on it. Okay, and here's another one of those Lego Disney Advent calendars. But this one does feature Moana with her own little minifig. And here's a Lego set of Disney Sidekick duos, which features from Moana Heihei and Pua. And here's Moana in the Tony's collection. Tony's, I believe, is a children's electronic storytelling system. Then I happened to run into Heihei just running loose in this toy aisle here. And I think this was the display that Heihei escaped from here. This is Target's biggest Moana 2 display in their toy section. And you can see more dolls and action figures here on this side, as well as several Heiheis. And this is the end cap of that display. And this is the other side of that Moana display. And this one has an interesting item. It has the Moana sing-along microphone. And the rest of it is more dolls and baby dolls, things we've already seen, basically. And to wrap things up here, we have an electric toothbrush. And finally, here's the toothpaste to go with it. Okay, so it looks like it's time for the review now. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at Disney's new animated sequel to Moana. Ohana? Ohana means family. Huh? Oh, no, I said Moana, not Ohana. Oh, Moana. Moana means ocean. Ocean? Really? Is that true? Oh, well, that's very interesting. And that makes a lot of sense, too. Wow, that was a fun fact. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you came along. Chamba. For more videos about pop culture, movies, TV, food, toys, and games, click that subscribe button. And hey, it just might brighten your day a little bit too. Let's see now, where was I? Oh, right! On with the show! Moana 2 is the latest animated feature from Walt Disney Pictures and is the sequel to 2016's Moana. Moana 2 picks up a few years after the events of the first movie. We soon learn that Moana has been spending that time on a quest to find other inhabited islands in the ocean. However, aside from a broken piece of pottery, she has met with no success. But one day, Moana receives a vision from the ancestors. They tell her that the people of the ocean were once united until the god Nala, seeking power over mortals, separated the people of the ocean by cursing the island of Motu Fetu. Motu Fetu was a mystical island that united all of the people of the ocean by drawing all the ocean currents to it. Since all currents led to Motu Fetu, it was a nexus for all people to come together. Nalo's curse caused the island to become lost and sink below the sea. The currents were scattered in all directions, and the island's location became surrounded by fearsome storms. However, if despite this, a mortal should find Motu Fetu and touch the island, the curse would be broken, and the people of the ocean would once again be able to find each other. With this news, Moana makes it her mission to break the curse and reunite the people. She prepares for a long ocean voyage to find the island. Because she is expecting a long journey, she decides to assemble a crew. She recruits Loto, the engineer who designs and builds her sea craft, so that she can keep their vessel in good shape during the voyage. She also recruits Moni, a storyteller whose vast knowledge of the ancient stories of the gods can guide them on their quest. And Kaylin, a farmer to be in charge of their food supplies. She also brings her animal sidekicks, Hey Hey the chicken, and Pua the pig. With her crew, Moana leaves her island to begin her adventure. They soon run into the Kakamora, the tiny but dangerous coconut creatures that Moana fought in the first movie. But a common threat leads to a truce with the Kakamora, and one of their warriors, named Kotu, joins Moana's crew. Battling this threat leads them to Maui, demigod, shapeshifter, and Moana's bestie after their adventure together in the first movie. Maui joins them to complete Moana's crew. Now Moana must put her crew and her skills to the test if she is to find the island, break the curse, and survive the wrath of Nalo. Like the first Moana movie, Moana 2 is gorgeous visually. The animation is vibrant and expressive, and the environments, including lush tropical islands and vast oceanscapes, are beautiful, colorful, and exciting. The story, however, remains largely consistent with the formula established in the first movie. Moana leaves her island to break a curse, she voyages across the ocean, has some adventures along the way, meets Maui, and they end up working together to try to break the curse. If you know the first movie, there won't really be any surprises in the second. Moana's crew is a welcome addition, though, since that does mix things up a little, but ultimately it doesn't change the dynamic too much. It's still mostly Moana and Maui's movie. Like the original film, Moana 2 is a musical, and most of the songs continue with about the same sound and style of the first movie. I realize that I am probably in the minority on this, but I personally am not a big fan of the Moana songs. They are just okay for me. To me, it feels like they are missing a little bit of the magic of the Disney songs that came before. Most of Moana's songs seem a little too wordy to me and not quite catchy enough. There were two songs in Moana 2 that did stand out to me as interesting, though. The first was Get Lost. Get Lost had a vibe that sounded very disco. Disco is rarely heard in Disney movies. The only other Disney animated film that I remember using disco was an extremely goofy movie, which was a direct-to-DVD release. This may be the first time Disney Animation has brought disco to the big screen. The other song that got my attention was Can I Get a Chee-Hoo, which was Maui's song for this movie. This song had a sports anthem feel to it. This is also a unique sound for a Disney song, and the style seemed to fit Maui's personality very well. Moana 2 is a movie for Moana fans, as it should be. I also recommend it for those who, like me, love the art of animation and all the beauty and magic it can bring to the screen. Of course, the Disney princess fanbase should also like Moana 2, despite Moana's protest that she is not a princess. If you didn't like the first Moana movie, or were only lukewarm towards it, Moana 2 is not likely to change your mind. But if you're up for another voyage into Moana and Maui's world of Polynesian mythology, grab your magic fish hooks and a boat snack or two, and give me a big cheese!